Hello, hello. Well, it's been a while since I've been in here live. Normally I'm posting in here. I don't get to see you all very often live like this, but I wanted to come on today and this week because I'm talking at a few events this year and I've only accepted 4 events. Now, I've probably been asked to speak at around 20, but I don't say yes to every single one. So the ones that I say yes to, I want to tell you about because I want you to come to these amazing events and see what they're all about, especially because I'm sharing the stage at these events with some pretty awesome people. And so this week, I've got 2 people coming in to talk about the events that I'm speaking at. And the first one is today, and that is Matt. So I'm going to bring Matt on now. Hello. Welcome to that strategy group. This is the first time I've gone live in here for ages and ages. Oh, hi. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you all coming on. If you can say hello, that would be great so that I can see you're here. And if you can do me another massive favor and just give me a heart or a thumbs up, it means other people can see it because Facebook algorithm hates me so much. So yeah, it really does. But thank you for being here. I really want you to meet Matt. I have known Matt now for probably 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And we met because we were both speaking at an event a couple of years ago. And Matt is like an all-rounder, but knows a lot about sales, about selling in general. Oh yeah, heard Matt at Be Inspired this year. Yeah, so if you were at Be Inspired with Danny this year, you will have met Matt there because he did a talk there. So this year, Matt is doing his first ever kind of conference on his own whole thing, and he's asked me to speak at it, which I'm going to do. So I just wanted to find out from Matt a little bit more about why you decided to put on this conference, because I know you've done a lot of things with Expert Empires before, but this is your own gig, isn't it?
It is. Firstly, thank you. I'm so happy that out of the 20, and I'm sure it's probably more than 20 knowing you, that I'm one of them. So the fact that my first ever event hosted by my team, myself, you're headlining, Lisa, is amazing. So I want to say I really, really appreciate it. I can't think
I'm
of
excited.
Yeah, honestly, just my audience is going to love you so much. It's just perfect. They probably already know you anyway. So, and I think the question is, why am I putting it on? Well, firstly, I've done a really rubbish job. I started this company 5 years ago tomorrow from scratch, from my kitchen table. And I'll be honest, I don't really know much about marketing or branding or anything like that. I don't think I've done a particularly good job of sharing my philosophy with sales, which is the opposite of pretty much everything that's out there, which I think is why it works. So I've kind of, like you say, spoken at loads of everybody else's events and loved some of the experiences and being open and real. Have found some of the other experiences not so amazing. So I'm like, I've got to do one. It's like instead of everybody else's, I want people to come and just feel our philosophy and really lean into sales that's like you are when it comes to business, just full of integrity, lots of heart, and some like live things that you could do right now to, serve the planet, make a difference, and make a little bit of money along the way.
I love implementation. And one of the things that you talk about a lot is this right now. Like, let's not wait to do things. What can we do now? What can we implement now? And I think that's why it's going to be a good event, because I'm also like that on a stage. I'm like, let's do these things. Let's get going with it rather than waiting. What do you think will be a little bit different about this event to other sales events?
Great question. And I've thought really hard about this. Well, firstly, when we agreed to do it, all of my team said to me, we've got to make sure that this is completely different to everything else. And as you know, because I think you've sent some of your people to my training, I do a 3-day sales training every month. And yeah, there's lots of logic and framework, but there's also a lot of feelings and emotion and work on yourself and mindset and confidence. And I want to bring that to the party. And you mentioned Danny Wallace earlier. Danny actually was giving me a bit of advice on. We were at an event recently about how she thought we could create a safe space, a softer space, a place where people can go and have a little breakout, and take it easy and learn and consume and work on themselves as well as their sales department, if that makes sense. So I think hopefully that's where we're going to make it different.
I love that. And the fact is, sales isn't just the sell, is it? It's everything that goes around it. It is the confidence. It is the messaging. It is everything else. And I'm presuming that you have the speaker lineup that's going to kind of show all of that. Are you allowed to tell us anybody else that's going to be speaking?
Well, I tell you what I can tell you. There are definitely one or two. Well, there's some people that are coming. One of them's flying over from the US. And just to have this person in the room, he works with me, coaches me on mindset, action, which we all know is important. But he also coaches me on spirituality and kindness. And he's actually going to do something live in the room. He's had 3,000 staff where he's used those principles to actually, got a massive business. So I've got a number of what I would call humans with high consciousness, but also like who are brilliant in business. And I'm bringing that blend to the party. And I've got a few of them. So you're the first one. So yeah, I'm really excited because I think we're looking to combine heart and head. And yeah, just picking up on what you said, Lisa, over 80% of doing business with somebody is how it makes them feel.
Cool.
And like, if we get that bit wrong, like the money might stack up, but if they don't feel like they trust you, then you've got a real problem if there's an absence of trust. So we'll spend a lot of time and energy on, creating a client experience that feels great and just making sure that everybody in the room learns how to be easy to buy from, just naturally.
Yeah, because sales, you don't want one sale. You want the same customers to be buying over and over and over again. So that customer journey is really important, isn't it?
Like it's everything. It's client experience. It's how it makes them feel. It really matters. You're right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Tell us when it is.
Great question. 22nd and 23rd of September. And by the way, I've never done one of these before. So we've only got like 150 seats in this auditorium. It's a beautiful place. I was actually there this weekend to check it all out, another event. And the room it's really personable. There's enough space to give yourself space, but it's also, it's got a really nice feel to it. So I'm really excited. And we launched last Friday. And I'll be honest with you, I was like, if just one person buys, I'll be stoked.
Yeah.
So we've sold 96 tickets. So we've still got
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, we did like 96 in total, I think. And we've got like 54 left. So
that's really cool.
There's plenty for people to choose from, and there's different, types and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I feel like 150 is a really nice size because often you go to these things and there are like a few thousand people in a room, and 150 does feel more intimate. And like I prefer those kind of events where I can actually see and talk to lots of different people when I'm there, because it feels much more like you get personalized attention rather than when you've like a couple of thousand or even 3,000 or 4,000 people in some of these rooms when you're talking about selling. So it's in London. So
Birmingham.
it's nice. Oh, it's Birmingham, not London. It's in Birmingham.
And I should have told that.
People love that because every time I do anything, it's in London, and they're always like, "When are you coming to Birmingham? When are you coming to Manchester?" So honestly, amazing.
We were really like initially concerned, but like what's really interesting is because it's right next to Birmingham International Airport. I mean, like it's at the NEC. It's like an hour and 7 minutes from London on a train. There were people there's people coming down on the train from Scotland and the north. There's people from London. It's only an hour, and of course, if you're driving, it's like in the middle of the country, so it's really easy to get. It's literally a stone's throw off the motorway. It's
great that you're doing it in the middle because not many people do that. Most things are like in London, so I think it's really nice to give other people a chance to get there. Brilliant. And give us the costs. I know there's different costs. What is the minimum cost if somebody wants to go?
That is such a great question. And I think there's still one or two like special deals as well available. And I'm not doing this for urgency, but some of the original ones have gone.
But you don't need urgency.
No. Well, I think you can get in the room for like, I think it's like 100 quid plus the VAT is the bronze ticket. I think. I'm looking at something from like the other day. So, but it's, you know, and like the top ones, you know, 700 quid, but there are deals and stuff. So, but I think you can get in the room. We wanted to make it achievable for people, because we know that sometimes, just being, you know, honest, sometimes sales can be a bit of an Achilles heel for people. And that's where I come in, really. You know, we don't want it to be an Achilles heel. We want people to be able to follow a simple framework, nice little simple process that feels really nice and in line with their personal values. So when they're entering into conversations, it's conversational. So I wanted to make it achievable for people. And it's a test. You know, it is a test.
First time.
It's my first time, yeah. So, you know, I want to make it as achievable, you know, for people as possible. As long as they want to, you know, as long as they want to scale their sales in, as I said, you know, in line with their values, then it'd be a really good event for them.
And it's always good to go to these events and network with people. You always meet new people anyway. I always learn a lot from the people on the stage, but I actually get just as much out of it from the talking to people who are in the room watching, which is just as good. So what is the link if people want to go and have a look?
Well, that's
if
another
you don't have it, I can post it in.
Well, I think if I whiz it to you,
I'll post it on this.
Shall I whiz it to you and do it that way? I mean, you can get it at eliteclosingacademy.com, which is my website.
There you go, eliteclosingacademy.com. Go and look at that anyway. That's Matt's website, and it'll be on there.
And I'll send you the link, because I'm sure I'm sure it'll make sense for them to order it on your link.
Yeah, so I will put the link in here in the chat after this if you want to come along. But if you've got any questions, do ask me. I can always ask Matt if I'm not sure. So do ask us about the event if it's something that you're wanting to do. Like, sales is so important at the moment. It's necessary. Whatever you're doing, you need to be able to make sales, and sales isn't like it used to be. It doesn't have to be all hard and sleazy and pushy anymore. There's a kind of different way that things are being approached at now, and I'm all for that, which is why I will be speaking and talking about how to make sales with integrity on the stage, because I want more people to feel that ripple effect as well. So thank you for listening. Thanks, Matt, for coming on and talking to us about this. I'm excited to headline, and I will see you there.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I honestly cannot wait to hear what you've got to say, because I know you'll nail it. You always do.
It's going to be fun. I'll put the link in here, but I will see you all later, and do ask any questions if you have any.